What's up, America? It's a determined black man, John J. And it's May 31st. And I'm just, I'm in the streets, man. I just really just been reading a lot of posts, listening to a lot of people speak on it, doing my own research on it. And, you know, I just wanted to set the record straight for how I feel, you know what I'm saying? Because I made a post and I don't know what people take from, you know, certain words when you put them in text form. They come out a little different than when you actually say them with your mouth, you know? So I felt the need, I felt an urge to actually explain this into maybe help enlighten someone else on the position that we're taking, okay? So with this George Floyd case, you know, one of hundreds that's taking place in America, where these cops use the "I fear for my life" scenario as an excuse to take the lives of innocent black men. Okay, I'm not saying in every case that those men didn't deserve to be apprehended or that they didn't deserve some type of reprimand for whatever they had done to bring the law to their presence, but none of them deserve to die. None of them deserve to die. None of these black women or men deserve to die just simply because they were black or they were deemed erasable. Like, I mean, y'all have taken the role of God, really. You know, you trying to play God, and you put, you know, the power of God in your own hands. You decide who's good and who's bad and who deserves to stay here and who don't. That's not right, because giving that badge doesn't certify you or make you any more human than the next man. That badge is supposed to be in representation of an oath that you took. And I supposed to be able to come to you before I come to anybody. I should never have to feel fear from an officer. I should never have to feel that my life would be threatened from an officer. I never should have to feel like, you know, I can't stop in this dark area for this officer, because if I do, then my life may be called a question. You see what I'm saying? So I think a lot of the reason why people are losing respect for these cops is because, first of all, they don't fess up to their wrongdoing, you know what I'm saying? And for so long, they have people that actually defend them, you know, these commissioners, the FBI not stepping up and just jumping right on in and doing something. Like, we want to see some action. Like, y'all, the same energy that it took when you jumped on that man back, we want to see, and as quick as you took his life, we want to see that type of action. We want to see quick action, you know what I'm saying? We don't want to have to wait for years and years and go through a trial process, or even some cases where these people ain't even being tried because they not even being arrested. They not even being charged. You know, it's just chunked up to them doing their job. So yes, we angry, we mad. You know, we want some action. And so we haven't seen enough action, and so it just was a breaking point. And we out here, we just want y'all to feel our pain. I understand that. I totally understand that. As a black man that has gone through numerous occasions of police brutality, I done got swept off my feet right in front of my own home, just for speculating, you know, just for being out watching them do another one of my partners bad. You know, I just wanted to be a witness, you know, so that they wouldn't do him any worse. But then I ended up getting swept up in the process. And the sad thing is, it was other brothers out there, it was other officers of the same race as I that sat back and did nothing. Matter of fact, one of them, in one instance, he actually put more energy into apprehending me than the other guys, you know. So it's a sad day, you know, when we try to make excuses for these cops. And I wouldn't dare do such a thing. You know, I wouldn't dare try to make an excuse for the wrong that they done us. You know, it's totally wrong, and they continue to do it. I mean, it's something has to be done to bring light to this thing. You know, and so I know desperate situation calls for desperate measures. So right now, people just doing whatever to make these people feel our pain. I agree. I feel you. I do. I know how that feels. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been, like I say, over 5 times. I'd have been slammed on the concrete. I'd have been put on my hot hood while the car was hot, still running. You know what I'm saying? I'd have been snatched out of a vehicle in the middle of the dark. I'm talking about come up to a stop sign, the police snatch us out the vehicle, take our shirts off and clothes off. I gotta explain my tattoos. I done went through that. I done been yoked up. I done been beat up. You know what I'm saying? Wrapped with ass batons, all kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? I think that we gotta find a better way to get a solution. We need to find better ways to express ourselves other than through violence. And I know a lot of us, that's all we know a lot of times. Like we not educated, or we not, you know what I'm saying? We don't have the credentials. So, you know, it's natural. We born to fight. We were born fighters. I mean, we went through slavery. And that's another thing, man. Y'all stop discrediting our ancestors. Now that right there pissing me off with us black people now. Stop discrediting our ancestors, because it ain't their fault what's going on. Them people fought hard to get us to this place. Y'all done forgot now. It's been less than 200 years when you was still in chains and out in them fields. So, you know, and it's been less than 100 years. It's been less than 50 years since you even had some of these rights to do something about it, which is like the right to vote. You know, that's less than 100 years ago. You know, they abolished slavery in 1865. You think about it. Over 100 years took place before they even gave us the rights that we deserve. Some of the rights that we deserve. So, you know, nothing gonna happen overnight, especially when you fighting against an oppressor that his whole objective was to oppress us. They didn't bring us over here to try to make us better. They brought us over here to make them better. So what make you think all of a sudden all of them gonna change their feelings? No, it's just like a dog or anything else. You breed that DNA, you breed that down and pass that down. So y'all stop hating on our ancestors now. I can't let y'all do that, man. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, all of them, Marcus Garvey, all of our martyrs that fought that we may have a better position in this country. Y'all stop downplaying them. They wasn't weak. As a matter of fact, I think a lot of them had more sense of what's going on and how to actually handle this than we do, because they use their political platforms. They urged congressmen and politicians to do their jobs. They held them accountable. See, yeah, I know a lot of people feel a certain type of way, like the voting process is messed up anyway because we already outnumbered. I've been screaming that for years. It is. But at the same time, you still have to lift your voice. And at the same time, like I said before, all white people ain't bad. All black people ain't bad. See, we all want to put each other in one basket and judge accordingly. You know what I'm saying? It's the same way they do us. You know, we can't do that because it was whites. It was whites that fought for our rights just as well. You know what I'm saying? It was whites that fought for our rights just as well as the blacks. You gotta remember that. You must know that. You know what I'm saying? Because without some of their influence, without some of their assistance, it wasn't no way for us to get, you know, the freedoms and the liberties that we have today. And I know the abolishment of slavery was not to just set us free. It was a political stunt. It was a political act because of to unionize the states, the North and the South. So I don't buy into all that. Abraham Lincoln wasn't my favorite president, and you know I don't just go for any old wood nickel. So you know that's definitely not my angle. But I just want us to remember our ancestors and to give them the praise that they deserve, y'all. You know, You discrediting people that put in legwork, marched, got sprayed with hoses. Yeah, we getting beat down and killed too. But I mean, I'm talking about when they would publicly drag you through the streets and hang you from a tree so everybody could see. And our people still stood still. Our people still marched. Our people still went out there and fought the good fight until they dying days. Mega Evers. You know, don't discredit those people. Where was being peaceful? What happened to Martin Luther King? See, that's what y'all fail to realize. What happened to Jesus Christ? A lot of y'all be Christians, Christ-like. That's what Christians stand for. A lot of y'all be Christians and y'all still acting like y'all oblivious to what's going on. What happened to Jesus Christ? His own kind killed him. His own kind. Because they didn't like the message he was preaching. They turned against him. They hung him. They humiliated him. Same way with George Floyd. That was a black man, a large black man with a white man in his back, on his neck. That's symbolism. Y'all don't get that? KKK eating that up. They love it. All these different radical groups and supremacists, they love that. A white man with his knee on a black man's neck, suffocating him, squeezing the life out of him without even putting his hands on him, hands in his pocket. Symbolism, y'all. Gotta wake up. You gotta be smarter than just burning down a building. I understand our frustration. We hot. We mad. Hell, you do something to my dad or my mama, I'm be ready to set you on fire. But I'm just here. I'm the messenger. I'm just here to tell y'all we gotta find a better way. And we gotta find a better way to refocus our energies, because right now I know we mad, but we gotta let this stuff simmer down. We gotta find a way to gain better traction, because this is not gonna be the answer. This is gonna be actually a part of the problem and the reason why they continue to say that we don't deserve. See, we gotta get behind our politicians, you know what I'm saying? We got black leaders that other blacks don't even support. We gotta support our black leaders. And we need our leaders to be accountable for their actions. Like, if you say you're gonna do something, you get in office, we need you to put your best foot forward. And if it's something that's holding you back from doing that, you need to expose that. Stop being afraid to expose stuff because you're afraid you're gonna lose that check. See, that's why I say they had more heart back then, because they didn't care about losing what they had, and we had far less. They didn't care about that. That didn't matter. It was a greater picture that they saw, and that was freedom, even if it didn't happen then. They just wanted to put in the necessary legwork. See, we be wanting stuff to happen like that. It don't happen like that, though. Yeah, they wrong for how they treating us. Shit, it ain't just started happening. They been treating us like we ain't nothing. You know, it's just like I don't even want to go into that, but a lot of time we do ourselves like that too. You know what I'm saying? We get angry at one another. We turn against each other. We treat each other like crap over stuff that don't even mean nothing. That's the same way these people treating us. They hating on us for something that don't even mean nothing because of the color of our skin. But we was good enough for you to capture us and bring us to a whole nother continent, days away from where we originally come, for those that wasn't indigenous of this land. And that's another story right there, because they told us so many different lies. We believed them. Like, a lot of us don't know what to believe. It's been so many lies, and we so confused. Don't you understand? We've been lied to from the beginning, from the jump, making us angry and turn us into these madhouses like we are. You know what I'm saying? It's all a part of the plan. Yeah, they burnt down our infrastructure when we was in Tulsa, Greenville, Tulsa. We had started our own industries, and we had just a whole black city, just number of black people, productive, probably about to take over the world, take over the United States. Because you got to remember, most of the ingenuity, Most of the wits behind a lot of this stuff that they didn't prosper from come from our people. And so we still had the ingenuity. We still had the entrepreneurship. We were still pioneers. You know what I'm saying? So all we had to do was come together, and that's what we did. But once they caught wind of it, once they seen how productive we were, once they seen how independent we were, and we were growing further and further away from the need of them. See, these people already knew our strength. You think they come way over there to get us? And they knew our strengths as well as our weaknesses. They knew our strengths as well as our weaknesses. They knew that we was strong physically. They knew that we were mentally far and beyond the years that we were in. You know what I'm saying? Like, our intelligence. Man, who you think built them pyramids? They still can't figure out. They still can't figure out how the precision of measurements without the instruments that we have today. Some of the instruments we have today still, even with lasers, they still can't figure out how they got that right with just eyes and plumb bobs and stuff. You know, they still can't figure it out. Because of our intelligence. Like, we was born, we were gifted with a higher IQ. We were born with a higher capacity to learn. It's just that when you're forced into a situation that you don't have anything to learn from, or you don't have anything to give you knowledge, then you know you suffer from the lack of, and then you just act out of what you do know. See, the capacity is there. Even scientifically, if you look at the brain of an African, the skull is even larger. The brain is even larger. The larger the brains, the more brain cells. The more brain cells, the more power the brain has. They know that. They knew that before we did. They knew that. But they wanted to take advantage of what we didn't know. You know? Go way over here. Geographically, I mean on the other side of the world. Take them to a place that they aren't familiar with. So now they lost. Now they don't have a sense of direction. Now we can split them up and do them how we want to do them. You feel me? So that's why I say what I say. Like, we gotta stop discrediting our ancestors, man. Cause we lost millions of them just on them boats coming over here. Nah, they couldn't stop them people from capturing them. Because they was organized and they had a plan, even though it was more of us. It was more of us. You know that. It was more of us on them ships. It was more of us when they captured us, but they actually used us to help capture us. So that was another thing. So that's what I feel like going on today. They using the ones of us that don't know no better and just gonna react out of emotions, go out here and do all this stupidity, create all these acts of crime. They continue to put jackets on our back. Even if you just get paper time, you still locked into the system. You see what I'm saying? It's all a systematic thing, man. We gotta break the cycle, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, we need to come up with better ways. We need to be more structured in our community. That's where we're gonna gain power from. When we structure our communities, when we pool together our resources and our funds, you know. Stop taking from each other. Stop taking everything we get and take it over and spending it with them. Or these different foreigners that ain't gonna put not a dime back in your community. Nothing. Won't buy a sheet of notebook paper. But they won't give you an apple, but they gonna charge you and upcharge you, and you know. I had an incident where I went into a gas station. I don't know if they were Indian or Arabs or whatever, you know, they Middle Eastern people, Asiatic, whatever you want to call them. And I had bought some papers and they was like 2 for 1 at one time. They were 2 for 1. It was on the package. It was 2 of them wrapped in one package. You buy one, get one free. It said it on it. So I went back again to get another pack. They had the same packing, you know what I'm saying? This time they tried to charge me individually. I said, no. You got to honor this price that's on here, for 1. 2, I already bought one for the buy one get one free, and it had the same packaging on it, you know. So if you want to change that, then after I buy mine, you welcome to go change that price. But as of now, you know what I'm saying, you're supposed to honor that price. I mean, if you look that up, go to the BBB, Better Business Bureau, and look that up. That's illegal. So I called them on it. But one thing about it, they hate to be called when they're wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you show any signs of competence or intelligence, they are going to hate you. They're not gonna like you. It's just like my own people though. Sometimes your own people gonna hate you because you show signs of intelligence. You have more knowledge than they may have of certain issues or situation, and you able to speak on them fluently. They gonna hate you for that. They gonna say, "Oh, you just one of them old goody two-shoe niggas. You think you better than us." First of all, I ain't no nigga at all. Nigga is a derogatory term. Nigga is a word that was used to oppress us. We say we mad, we need to stop using nigga. I know we use it in a different text, but it gives them gratification when they hear it because they instituted that. That was something that they put into play, and then we took it and put our own spin on it. But, I mean, shit, if you take an apple and you cut the hull off of it, it's still an apple. You see what I'm saying? If you peel the orange peelings off of orange, it's still orange. So y'all stop calling oranges apples and apples oranges just because you take the skin off of it. We still under the same oppressions. Still the same man they created that terminology, still using it against us. Because now we got it fixated in our heads, and we got it fixated in our vocabulary, and we calling each other that all the time. I'm guilty. But in the last couple of years, I'm really not, because I really refrain from it. But it's still a work in progress because it's been so many years, and it's the same way what's going on. Like, we've been accustomed to dealing with things for so long that once we get fed up, we blow up. But what we need strength in numbers. We need to unify. We need to get ourselves together. We need to create focus groups. We need people to have creative ideas on ways to get our people focused on finance and establishing ourselves. The only way we're gonna make some changes, y'all, is if we get into politics and we get into making money, real money. I ain't talking about no little, 100,000 there or nothing. I'm talking about real money, substantial gains. Like, that's what they respect. We don't have no towers in this world. We don't have no towers in this country with our names on it. We don't have any banks with our names on it. We don't have anything of substantial value that belongs to us. We don't own any cargo boats, cargo planes. We don't have any. We don't own not one Fortune 500 entity out here. We may have a couple CEOs of Fortune 500 companies, but we don't own any. And I know, you don't have a few people. Oh, what about P. Diddy? And what about Jay-Z? And what about, those guys, they just the tip of the iceberg. And though they are filthy rich, they still, in this world, they just a token few, and they still not really considered, they not on the level that I'm talking about. I mean, they can go out and buy a lot of stuff, and they do have a lot of power, and they should be using it. This is the opportunity. These are the times right now when I feel like that they need to use their resources to try to come together. I listened to one interview that had Jamie Foxx on it. I respect Jamie. It had Stephen Jackson on it. I respect Stephen Jackson because Stephen Jackson was a friend of Mr. Floyd, and so he spoke out. You know what I'm saying? All them guys angry. Everybody's mad. You know what I'm saying? And I respect. I already know where the pain coming from. And like I say, I'm angry too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm angry, man. Like I said, I've been through it before. Of course, I ain't get killed. I'm still here, but I know how I feel to be humiliated and to be put in a terrible situation as a cop. You know what I'm saying? Pulling you over and snatching you out your vehicle and making you feel threatened. And I mean, it's fearful, man. I mean, and I got a jacket on my back because now, man, listen. A lot of people don't even realize the stress load I go through on just a day-to-day basis just to go up and down the road. because all I can think about is them people putting their hands back on me, you know. And I know if they run my name, then I know that they gonna get even more frantic and possibly, you know, pop me or whatever, just simply off of what that computer say. And it's sad because a lot of that shit false information, but they don't ask you no question. They tell you who you are. Sad, but that's true. I'm down here in Mississippi and these people got a jacket on me. They ain't asked me. They told me who I am. They painted me as this bad person that I'm not. But when that cop see my name, put my name in that registration, in that register, and the stuff that pop up behind it, he don't ask no questions. He just gonna act. He immediately get fearful and put his hand on his pistol. I got sons out here. I got an 18-year-old son. I'm fearful for him. I don't know how he gonna handle it. He ain't accustomed to the lifestyle that I live, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know if he even can handle, or it ain't even about him being able to handle it. It's the fact, I hope that he don't run into one of these scary, coward-ass police that can't result back to his training, his professionalism, and only result to violence and want to take my son out because he said he's in fear of his life. That's why I made that post about do we think that these riots and burning stuff up is playing right into the hands of the I fear for my life scenario. It wasn't to downplay Michael Floyd's death and to say that I'm afraid of white people or I'm scared to speak out, or, you know, it was to say that this is what they already saying about us, and this is what they using, and this is how they getting off with this stuff. They getting off by using that excuse right there. I'm in fear for my life. And then when they go and show you these pictures, when they sit up in court and show you these pictures of us running up and down the road, burning shit up, that's how they get off. And yeah, I know it's a lot of white people out there. It was white people marching with us back in the days, y'all. Like I said, if it hadn't been for a lot of them, then we wouldn't have had a lot of the freedoms and liberties that we do have too. So I give a major kudos out to the white people that actually stood up for us legitimately. You know what I'm saying? Not just to be seen, not just to, say, yeah, I grew up with black people and blah, 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 because I can't stand that first thing you say, oh, my best friend was black and all that. No, I don't want to hear that. I can tell if you're real. It's going to speak through your actions. It's going to speak through how you don't have to say that. When you say that right there, I instantaneously just start feeling some type of way, and I think that you're bullshitting. So that's for all you white people that think that, just because you say you was best friends with, we know a lot of y'all raised over blacks, because we know a lot of black women had to take care of you, whether it was breastfeeding you or whatever. So keep that in your mind too when you're speaking. Don't be so quick to talk about how close you were to black people and all that. We don't even talk like that. Anyway, I just hope that somebody takes something from this. Y'all, let's structure ourselves. Let's get ourselves together. Yeah, let's come up with a plan, y'all. Real structured plan, so we can show these people that we ain't just, our only reaction is violence. No, we are smart. We have people that's, highly accredited. We need more. We need to encourage our kids and our kids' kids that, they growing up in a society that don't like them and they ain't gonna just give them a chance. We gotta take our chance. And I don't mean that by going in the store stealing a big screen TV or nothing like that. I mean, take our opportunities and run with them. The same way that in the 60s and 70s, black people were coming together. They were going to school. They were educating themselves. I know education ain't everything, because there's a lot of people out here that's rich, ain't even never, besides high school, maybe ain't even touched a book outside of school. You know what I'm saying? Because college don't make you smart enough to own the company. It just give you the credentials to work for the company. You see what I'm saying? So let us get together, man. I feel like that's the first and foremost. We need to come together and get on one playing field. And let's remove ourselves from ignorance and violence. I ain't down on nobody for burning nothing, whatever. That's not me. I can't participate in that. Vengeance is not mine. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I know it's overdue. We hurt. We've been getting burned and shot and sprayed with hoses and chased with dogs. Ever since, you know what I'm saying? It's long overdue to have a reaction. But for every action, there is a reaction. I think that we need to react differently, though. I think we need to find something more positive to put our energy into, something more positive to put our funds into. Let's pull together, man. Let's come up, man. Let's come up. We got the intelligence. We just need the resources and put our stuff together, man. Like all this wasteful spending. I'm seeing people, they got their Trump checks, and all they did was get their hair did, their nails did, buy clothes, shoes and shit like that. I ain't heard nobody really speaking on investing. I ain't heard nobody talking about, you know what I'm saying, putting their money together to like in the town I'm in now, they need to build another grocery store, man. These Vietnamese, man, they talk to our people like crap. They handle our people like crap. They don't have no respect for our people. The only thing they do is got their hand, I want your money. And might put an extra cent on their worth of taxes if you ain't paying attention. You call them on it, they gonna ban you out the store. That's who you want to spend your money with? Gotta be smarter than that. Come on, y'all. Let's get ourselves together. Let's wake up. All right. I respect y'all. I love y'all. I hope that God continues to keep y'all and be with us all. Let's continue to pray. Let's keep God first, y'all. Let's continue to pray. Let's stand on our faith and trust that He will move in this instance as well. Don't lean on your own understanding. Trust God. And I know we've been peaceful and praying. You got to stand still. You got to stand fast. This is not our final destination. If you're a God-fearing person, this is not your final destination. Christian, Muslim, whatever. This is not our final destination. We are not living to continue to live here. We are living to praise God, to uplift Him with hope and faith that there will come a day that we'll live forever in peace. Forever without tears or crying or, you know. So let us stay focused on that also. Keep our eyes on the prize. And once again, don't discredit our ancestors, man. That's a huge blow, man. When you say, what did Malcolm X do being peaceful and blah, blah, look where it got him and da. Man, Martin Luther King was a Nobel Peace Prize winner for one. Malcolm, man, I could speak I could speak volumes about Malcolm X and his movement and how it continues to resonate in our community. Like if we really just paid attention, you know what I'm saying, by any means necessary. And I like the way that he actually, when he went on his trip to Mecca, when he came back, a lot of his vision had changed, you know what I'm saying, because he expanded his mind. That's what we got to do. We got to get outside what we used to sometimes. And that's going to enlighten you. And that's going to make you see things a little differently. When he went to Jerusalem, when he went on his trip to Mecca, to go there to that Black Rock, when he came back, he was different because he had saw different. And then he was able to realize that life was different. He didn't have to, you know, he saw things through a different view. We need to go out here and see things, because right now a lot of time our view is obstructed because we haven't seen anything outside of what we used to. Get outside of what you used to, expand your horizon. That's going to help take us higher, you know, so you don't be stuck and content with the same old stuff. So let's wise up, y'all, and let's rise up. Power to my people. I'm with y'all throughout the struggle. I'm hoping for better days. I believe that we will see better days here on earth. Yeah, let's get in these courtrooms and in these politician heads, and so that they can go out here and fight the fight that they need to fight, so that they can put us in a better position. And let us stand on what we believe in, man. Don't let it all just be talk. Let it be some action behind it that follows. So stay up, good people. Determined Black Man John J. I love y'all. I wish y'all the best. Peace.